continent comes alive on our channel, Eurovision, all things Europe, Nations League, Euros, FIFA WC qualifiers. Goal Plus Africa, Africa's Heartbeat, AFCON, CHAN, COSAFA Cup, FIFA WC qualifiers. Libertadores Vision, South America Uncovered, Copa Libertadores, Copa America, WC qualifiers. Silk Dynasty, Asia Spotlight, Asian Cup, WC qualifiers. Harambee Stars Unleashed, everything about Kenya's national team. When club football dominates, we go deeper, United Frontline, the ultimate Man United fan experience. Echoes of Anfield, Liverpool like you've never seen it. House of Galacticos, Real Madrid Uncovered. Premier League Game Month Show, Stats, Analysis, Insights every 4 game weeks. Champions Crystal Ball, UEFA Tournaments, Club World Cup, Super Cup Predictions. Final Whistle Debate Show, the hottest sports topics debated by experts, every 6 weeks. Deal Paranoia, transfer window coverage you can't miss. And for weekly predictions? We cover everything, Premier League, Championship, FA Cup, La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, League One, DStv Premiership, T20 Cricket, F1, Women's Super League, international tournaments, and much more. Why subscribe? Because we don't just show games, we predict, analyze, debate, and break the stories that matter. From transfers to tactical battles, from managerial appointments to live watch-alongs, Football Overseas gives you the edge no other channel does. This is your hub for global sports, where every match counts, every opinion matters, and every fan belongs. Subscribe, join the debate, and fuel your passion. The game doesn't wait, and neither should you.
Yo guys, big up to the Football Overseas YouTube channel, and we're live for Asia, Oceania Arctic World Cup. Yeah, how many times they have to say that to make it realize how big this achievement is. Finally, a small continent like Oceania is at the World Cup, and it's a big achievement for Oceania because the first time that Oceania was given a direct ticket at a World Cup tournament. Previously, the top team from China used to be going for the Confederation playoffs, and they used to be playing against a team in South America or North America, and that has mostly led to China as a continent being left out in the World Cup because as a continent, that the nations in terms of in the football world is it as strong as those nations in North America and South America. And this World Cup, I'll give FIFA credit. They have made sure this World Cup, every continent is represented, and that includes Oceania getting a World Cup ticket. And finally, for New Zealand, for those who are patient like New Zealand, they earned that ticket. They topped the group and they earned a ticket to World Cup directly. They did not have to play the Confederation playoffs like the previous teams have to. They earned a direct ticket. And for Australia, who gave up on China as a continent and decided to join the Asian Federation, shame on you, Australia, because look at how far you have been performing in this World Cup. You have not even been making it out of the group stage, and now New Zealand has qualified directly to the World Cup. And where will New Zealand perform in this World Cup? It will be a shock actually, but I think New Zealand will perform well this World Cup. It's the first World Cup. They know they're presenting on China as a continent. They know that they have to make a statement for the sake of the continent. They now have to make a statement for the sake of the nation as well. Because last time, let me check. Last time China as a continent was in the World Cup was in 2010 when New Zealand qualified for the tournament in South America, Africa. And yeah, that was the last time a nation represented the China Federation Confederation. And that was in 2010 when New Zealand qualified. And New Zealand hasn't been in the World Cup in 2014, 2018, 2022. So 3 World Cups, Oceania has not been in a World Cup. 3 times, 3 World Cups, Oceania is missing, and this is a time. So where each group is Oceania placed in, they're placed in a group of with Belgium, Iran, and Egypt as well. That was a group I made to do the predictions in, which I will do as well later on. But since I'm doing the predictions here, where will China perform in this tournament? China is placed in a in a good group. To be honest, let's be honest. Teams like Egypt performed well in Afcon. They really did perform well in the world in the Afcon. They improved in the world Afcon as well. So kudos to Egypt on that performances. I saw a dominant Egypt force in the knockout stage of the AFCON as well. In the group stage, they were a bit dull. Belgium is a team of if they are bad, Belgium is of a good quality side, but it is inconsistent. Iran is distracted with a war with USA, and they're playing at enemy territory. So could that mean that Oceania can choke the world and finish second? Possibly, because let's be honest, I don't think Iran will be fully focused on a World Cup tournament when that nation is at war with the enemy that is hosting this tournament. So Iran will be a bit distracted by off the pitch football matters, and that makes sense to back China to top this group. Egypt, why am I backing New Zealand over Egypt? Because let's be honest, in the Egypt team, I can only name Mamouche and Salah, and those two have been on and off in this China in this AFCON as well, in this season as well. So for this season, New Zealand does have New Zealand has a good shout for World Cup tournament, World Cup glory, and kudos to New Zealand for qualifying for the World Cup. And I feel like you should not underrate New Zealand. I know most people will underrate New Zealand. I know most people will put New Zealand as bottom of this table, but I feel New Zealand could surprise people. New Zealand could, maybe if they don't finish second to automatically qualify to knockout stage, maybe they'll finish third. And for New Zealand, that would be a good performance because it would be better than finishing fourth because most people will expect them to finish fourth. But apart from that, I'm seeing New Zealand finishing above fourth place. I'm seeing them finishing second or third, most likely second. I don't know why. I see a second place finish, but if they don't finish second, most likely to be third as well. So for the Oceania continent, qualifying for the World Cup after missing three World Cups is a good achievement as a continent point of view, but it's not underestimate the continent as well because New Zealand is more prepared for this World Cup than Egypt is as well due to consistency and those things as well. So yeah, so I think I'll wrap it up here. Thank you guys for joining this claim. I just want to talk about New Zealand as a continent and New Zealand as a continent and to see how New Zealand could perform in the World Cup. For them for qualifying for the World Cup is a big achievement, and I'll give FIFA credit for that for giving New Zealand the first direct tickets to the World Cup. And apart from how bad this World Cup organizations have been for this World Cup 2026, if there's one benefit, one pro I can take out of this World Cup is there's better representation for teams that on confederations that never got much representation. So I give kudos to FIFA for that because if it wasn't for FIFA expanding the World Cup to this amount of nations, I don't think Oceania will get a direct ticket to the World Cup. I think Oceania will still be qualifying for inter-confederation playoffs and being knocked out in inter-confederation playoffs. But as a continent, this is the first direct World Cup that they have qualified for, and they don't have to qualify for inter-confederation playoffs from now on. Hopefully, if that stays the same. So apart from that, subscribe to the channel. We are 991 subs, 9 subs away for 1K subs. And I'll see you guys tonight evening for the Premier League game match show. And kudos.